Hello, friends and family. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my kitchen. Thanks everybody for joining me this evening. So first off, I want to say sorry for all the drama last week with the live. It just wasn't meant for me to do it last week. So another thing, you're going to have to forgive Stella. It has been a gorgeous day today. So there are people walking up and down the street, up and down the sidewalk in front of my house, and she is not having it today. So anyway, I hope you all had a fantastic Sunday. Thanks again for joining me. Tonight is our first installment of Marching On. Again, 2024 is Made by Marianne. So Marching On is going to be our theme for March. Tonight is our first installment because we missed last week. So anyway, hello everybody. Tonight, I have almost all of the sugar bunny done, which I'm sorry about that, but after a week of having all the supplies and trying to get ready for this live, it just kept getting closer and closer and closer, so forgive me for that. But what I really wanted to show you was how to make these eggs. That's what I wanted. So I'm going to pull up your comments and we're going to get started, but here's our egg. Here's what I really wanted to show you how to make. And this is just an egg from the dollar store. But bear with me just a second. I have some new lights, so hopefully they won't drown it out and make it look crazy. Here is our bow. We're going to use the oval board for our sugar bunny. Here's our bow. And I can't call it what it really is, or Facebook's going to get really angry at me. But here's our bow. And as you can tell, it's all squished up right now, like I always do my bows. So when it goes onto our actual project, it will look much better, much different. Okay, so there's our bow. Here's our big old beautiful bunny. This is our yellow bunny. There's our bunny. We're going to use that. We're going to use this green window pane deco mesh and this orange window pane deco mesh or check mesh. It's not really technically check mesh because check mesh is more of a thicker basket weave kind of, but this is window pane. So there's that. Those are our two colors. And then we have a lime green, which I'll show you here in a minute. So that's our project. We have some flowers we might put in it, maybe some flowers. I have this as well, maybe some of this. You never know what's going to happen. But first I wanted to show you how you actually make the egg. So I'm going to pull up your comments and then pull the camera down and we will get started. Alrighty, let's see. Here, if I can find it here. Maybe. Did I even turn my volume down? Nope, but I'm going to now. There we go. I found you. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi, Carrie Marie. How about Wreath and Bestie? All right, so here we go. Oh, yeah, I haven't even pulled the camera down, so you can't even see what I'm doing, right? See how my week has been? This is how my week has been. All right, here we go. I'm hoping this will work because, like I said, I have some new lighting, and this is my new camera. So let's see if this is a good... That actually looks really good. I'm really happy about that. Let's pull it forward just a little bit, not tip it, not kill it. Okay, yay! All right, I hope that this actual view is good. How's everybody feel about it? Yeah? Yes, no, maybe so? I know I love this window pane mesh. It's like, it's just green and orange. And you can find it in every single color, and it's a great accent. If you ever need an accent mesh, this is it. I promise you, it looks gorgeous. Oh, I forgot to tell you that we have ribbon too. I'll show you the ribbon as we get to the project. But first, let's talk about this. And does it wash it out? Let's see. Okay, let's play for a minute here. How about we do this? What if I do... No, that still washes it out. Maybe that... Oh, God, that washes it out bad. Okay, let's just go back, and I think it may be the camera, actually, that washes it out. Anyway, these are from the dollar store, okay? As you can see, they're just styrofoam or the Dollar Tree, right? They're just styrofoam balls. Nothing, styrofoam eggs. Nothing special about them. They come like this. Can you see if I get a little closer? See how it's just a styrofoam egg. Nothing special, nothing crazy. Now you're going to need what I call an X-Acto knife for this. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Welcome. So glad to see you all. Sorry for the drama this week. I actually threw an adult temper tantrum on Wednesday when I couldn't get this thing to go live with me. I don't know if it was actually me or Facebook, but I threw an adult temper tantrum, and it seemed to, and I gave up. Then on Thursday, everything seemed to work fine, so apologies for putting y'all, teasing you like that. Okay, so you're going to need an X-Acto knife for this project, okay? This is an X-Acto knife if y'all don't know what one is. You can get them for super cheap. Any of your local craft store. You can even get them at the dollar store. Super duper cheap, okay? And you need your egg. And here I go again. I'm going like in a total crazy path, like you already have everything done. And this is a letter opener that my daddy had for a long, 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 long time. So you might not be able to grab one of these, but this is a very precious tool to me. My daddy used it all the time, and as you know, my daddy's no longer with us. So you won't be able to find one of these. But if you have a little samurai sword or a small little knife or a small little cutting utensil that's not, it's not extremely sharp. It won't hurt me. But it was a letter opener. So you might need this as well. You can always just use your X-Acto knife, but I'll show you what we're going to use that for in here in just a second. So what you're also going to need is you're going to need a template. And as you can see, I've written good on this one. So my template is just kind of an oval shape. All right, it's just big enough to cover a square here. So as you can see, I've picked the fabric that I want, and I have traced some designs with my template. So it's kind of like a teardrop shape, except it's not. It's maybe an egg. I don't know what you'd actually call this shape. I did have a huge tantrum. I can't help it. Oh, I'm going in and out. I'm okay. I have fiber, 1G. It didn't look like I'm going in and out over here. Maybe go in and go back out, Miss Shack, and see if that works for you. Go out of the live and then come back in and see if that's good. Anybody else having problems with it? Let me know if anybody else having problems. Anyway, so here's our template. It's just, all you want to do is make it, I'll share this if you guys want me to, but wide enough on this side, and you'll know why here in just a second. And then pick a piece of fabric that you like. I chose this because it matches all of our colors in our bunny. See? Matches our bunny. I have some blue ribbon, then I'll pull out the blue here. Okay? And then you just lay your template down, cut your fabric out. You're going to need 4 pieces. All right? So 4 pieces of this slice. I figured we'll do a little bit of yellow here. Okay? Then all you're going to do, after you have your 4 pieces cut, and you can see where I've drawn my template out here. I have a little bit of pink and orange marks, but that doesn't matter. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your foam egg, okay, and your X-Acto knife. And this egg actually has, I wish you could see it because of the, I don't think you can see it because of the actual washout, which is weird because this is a ring light, so I don't know, maybe it's my camera. But anyway, it has, if you can tell, it has an actual groove right here where they have like foam, where the template or the mold has been squished together. So we're going to use that actual as a line, okay? So use that actual piece there, and you're just going to take your X-Acto knife and you're going to follow that line all the way down. So just make a groove with your X-Acto knife, following the mold, following the line. When you get these eggs, you'll see exactly what I mean. Shame you can't see what I mean right now, but hey, just make a groove all the way around. Okay, now see, I've cut a groove. My X-Acto knife goes into my egg, and I've cut it all the way around. All right, now starting at the top, you're just going to make the same thing. Try to find your middle. Just going to do the same thing, the opposite direction. Okay, so you've just made 4. Try to get it in the center here. Trying to make it, trying not to slice my wrist here. Please don't slice your own wrist. There you go. So now I have 4 quarters of an egg, right? And I meet my groove back at the top. Wonder if I could take, let's see, one second, I have an idea about how maybe you could see this better. All right, let's see. Now here's a groove. And here's a groove. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hope you see it a little better. Okay, so all I've done is just marked our grooves here. See how we have a groove here, and a groove here, and a groove here. And we've just made these grooves all the way to the bottom with our X-Acto knife, okay? And they don't have to be extremely fat, you know. Just one pass will do it with your X-Acto knife. And then here's where my little knife comes in, or my little letter opener. You're going to take your piece of fabric, whichever fabric you have chosen, whichever is your favorite, and you're going to lay it on one of these quarters, I guess is what you could call it. So see how it covers the entire quarter as we go down? And all you're going to do is you're going to stuff, I'm going to use my X-Acto knife, and I'm going to use the back of it just because you guys don't have a letter opener like this. So I'm going to just find my little groove, on both sides, and just shove my fabric down in there. Try to make it as neat as I can. And as you go along, you'll actually, see if I can make it a little better. Just try to keep it straight. Try to keep the wrinkles out. The first one's always the hardest because you're setting your pattern there. But you're going to push the fabric down in it is all you're doing. Pushing the fabric down in it. I hope that, and if you make a mistake, just pull the fabric out and do it again. So much easier for this little thing, so I'm going to show you why I have that. Let's pull this up a little bit. Because it just makes it go right in there like nobody's business. And no wonder it won't, because I'm off the... Let's pull this back out because I have it crooked. So see, you can pull it out, make it right. Start in the middle if you want to, doesn't matter. But you're just going to push it in there. You can even slide it down if you want. Just push it in there. Do it with any fabric. A middle. Yeah, you can do that's actually a great idea. A nail file, a metal nail file would be perfect for this. Perfect for this. All right, we're getting down through here. So there's almost one side. Come on, there goes Stella again. Getting something. And then when you get to the end, I always like to make sure all of my, it's all good and in there. It's okay, it's foam. It'll take another piece on top of it. So just go ahead and squish it all down in there. There we are. When you get to the top, you can either do one of two things. You can either push the rest of the fabric down in the point. Well, you don't want to wrap it like that. But push the rest of the fabric down in there, like that. Or you can take your scissors and you can cut it off, just like that, and push the rest of what you have down in there, okay? So that's what you do 4 times around your egg. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? And if you want to make it different, just take here's your second piece, your yellow piece. Now you can do it all the same color like I have these, right? All the same color, or all the same piece of fabric, or you can do it like this one, make it different. So you're just going to keep on going. Same thing. Just make sure you get it down in there. And you're saying, gosh, Marianne, but what about the grooves? How do you cover up the grooves? Well, let's see. And I will show you. Let me get this one in here. This makes your fingers hurt, but it's in there. Let's see. Miss Shack, did that fix it for you? Is everybody else, how are we doing on the internet connection? Everybody else okay? Or let's see, find your groove here. See what happens there, right there. Come on, little groove. There we go. You can start doing it really quickly once you make a few of them. They just start going in. Ta-da, there's our second one. Kind of, sort of, not really in a way. Let's get this up here. I'm going to cut this off. Stick it down in there. Aha. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you know. Okay. You don't have to be easy with it either. It's not gonna, you know, you're not gonna damage anything. It's not gonna break. It's a foam egg. Go for it, you know. Let's cut this piece off. So that's how you do it, and you just keep going and going and going all the way around. So my next piece would be this one, right? And see what I mean by you want to cut them wide enough, because if you don't cut them wide enough, then you're not going to have enough to stuff down in your little grooves here. See what I mean? So make sure that you have cut your pieces and your template is wide enough. All right? Okay. Let's see. This one is about it is 7 inches long. And how wide are we here? It is 3 inches wide. So it's 7 inches long this way, 7 inches long this way, and 3 inches wide this way at the fattest point, okay? So as long as you do it about like that, you're going to be perfectly fine. So again, 7 inches here, 3 inches here, okay? You'll be fine. You'll have plenty of fabric to cover your egg. And again, these came from the dollar store. They're super simple. All you do is create your 4 lines, your 4 grooves with your X-Acto knife. And then when you're finished, you can grab some fun trim. Like this is some awesome fun trim that I absolutely adore. It is just, it's the same here. It's like a burlap weave. Let's see if you can see it. Can you? Oh, now there goes the brightness again. It's a burlap weave of different types of different, or here are some others I have made. This came from the dollar store as well. This is the burlap weave I was just talking about. It's called burlap ribbon, I think is what it's called. No, burlap trim is what this is called. Crap, you can't see it either. Burlap trim is what it says. And then it has it in Dejute. I don't know what language that is. Maybe Spanish, who knows. But anyway. All right, good. I'm so glad. So it looks like this in the package. It's just burlap trim. It's really pretty. It's got different designs. This one's this one. The other one is just kind of like, you'll see it. All right, so there's that. Or you could here's some others I have made. This one had like a pretty teal, and then I used some sewing trim to put under the edges. These edges are what I'm talking about, to cover my grooves, right? I put some sewing trim to cover my grooves, and then iridescent pearls, or iridescent, yeah, I guess you can call them pearls, on the outside to just make it even prettier. And here's one with just the trim, right? So, some of this fabric I got at Hobby Lobby, some of it I got at Walmart. They're just fat quarters. They're just, they come in fat quarters. And then also you can take this, and this is actual rope. I just wrapped rope around this one. So these little eggs are awesome. They don't take any time. They are super easy to do. I mean, how easy is that, right? And then you'll have a beautiful little egg when you get finished like these, that you can either put on a wreath, you can put them in a bowl. There goes that one. You can put them in a bowl. You could, whatever you really want to do with them. Put them in a centerpiece, however. So there's a great project for Easter. Let me grab this runaway egg. There's a great project for Easter. Again, here's where I have. Here's what they look like. If you're going to grab them, they are, do they even say what size they are? They do not. But I would assume they're like 3-inch eggs, maybe. Who knows? All right, so there's how you do that. Let's get to this crazy wreath. Any questions, comments, or concerns? If I could speak French, maybe you'd understand that tonight. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, there you go. I'm so glad y'all like it. Take it and run with it. I mean, there are so many ideas that you could do. It is bonkers. Bonkers. You could do all kinds of things. Even with just plain old jute rope, you could do that. Okay, so let's get to our actual project here. And like I said, again, I have actually done a lot of it because I have been dying to get this live done, and it just hasn't worked. So here, let's see, is our project so far, okay? I have left a lot of it because I wanted you to see exactly the part that I have, the actual process, okay? So where am I going to put, there we go, I'll put my comments here. Aha. Now, I need more room. I'm sure everybody says that. Also, I wanted to showcase something awesome I found that I think everybody needs. I got this for Christmas, and this is called a mesh roller. Now, I don't know about you all, but I'm in love with this thing. It's just a single, now I don't know where I got it because like I said, I got it for Christmas. My mother bought it for me. And it's just called a single mesh roller. But I am so in love with it. And look, what do? You put your mesh under this ruler right here, and then it feeds out so that you're not, I'm sure if y'all have watched my lives before, I've dumped it in the floor and just kept on going when I'm making my poofs. Well, with this awesome thing, I don't have to anymore. So it says SWAT, SWAT, Creative Supply, LLC, single mesh roller. SWAT, S as in Sam, W as in Walker, A as in Apple, T as in Tom, SWAT, single mesh roller. I love it. So big shout out to whoever made it. Big shout out to Mama for buying it for me for Christmas because it is fantastic. All right, moving along. Y'all might want to look it up. It is fantastic. So here we go. This is our oval board. Fantastic little oval board. Yay! Our oval board. And what I've done here is I have used so many different techniques. So we're going to turn it over and I'm going to show you what I've done. Okay. I have started, I already have my hanging hole here, okay? I have started at the bottom with 10-inch poofs, all right? So I've gone bottom, outside, bottom, outside, bottom, outside. Now, these are just the 10-inch poofs, all right? So bottom, outside, bottom, outside, bottom, outside, bottom, outside, all the way around the board to here. So here, we have done the bottom, okay, as you can see. So now I'm going to the very next set, and I'm going to do outside. So let me grab my rows here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Glad to see you all. Okay, so I'm going to take my zip tie, and I'm just going to put it in the outside hole, and I'm going to leave it open, okay? Leave it open. Measure my 10 inches. Now, you can use your measure buddy for this, but again, I'm a little rough with it, so I'm not. I'm using my pearly weight. So here's my 10 inches. I'm keeping my serged edge on the bottom, and here we go. And this mesh thing is amazing. See, it just rolls it right along for me. Okay, there's my 10 inches. Close it up. Okay. Oh, there's my gun. And if you noticed, I'm using 21-inch mesh. You don't have to. I just had a bunch of 21-inch mesh that I needed, I didn't have 10-inch mesh in this green. So I thought, well, heck, Heck yeah, we can do a 10-inch thing there. Now I'm going into the bottom, so I'm going to use my bottom 2 sets. I'm going to put a zip tie in there and make another 10-inch poof here, keeping my serged edges on the bottom, so 10 inches here. There we go. Back up. There we go. Pulling out my poof. Okay, going back to the top. And again, I'm not using a set here. I'm going back to the top, and I'm going to use the outside hole like that, okay, right here. I'm not using the set. I'm using the outside of the board. Okay, so 10 inches. Here we go. 10 inch, ta-da. Okay. Close my zip tie around it. Make sure it's pretty. The only thing about this 21-inch mesh, it has beautiful poofs, but golly, there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. Okay, now we're going back to the inside set, and we come to the start of our project again. So all we're going to do is put another zip tie on top. See right here we have, can you see that? Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so right here's where we started, right? All we're going to do is put another zip tie right on top of it to close the pattern, close the oval, close the circle. So if I can get a zip tie on there, yeah, okay. Finally, now we're going to do, don't close the zip tie, just close the circle. All right, now we're going to put our 10-inch mesh, 10-inch poof here, and voila. Close that. All right. Okay. Now, that ends our process. Let's grab our scissors. Cut our mesh off here. And you do this all the way around. 10-inch poofs all the way around. And then your mesh roller just rolls it back up. I'm so happy with this thing. As I keep going on and on and on and on and on. Hello, everybody. Hi, Miss Michelle. Hi, Miss Franks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Now that we have this part of our oval done, so again, I'll show you what we've done. We have started at the bottom, okay? So we've gone bottom, outside, catching up right here. Here's our bottom. Here's our outside, bottom, outside, and then we closed it back where we started, okay? So those are our 10-inch poofs. Bottom, outside. Start on the bottom or you're going to have an odd looking oval. So when you start the project, start from here, start on the bottom, and go bottom, outside, bottom, outside, bottom, outside, bottom, outside, bottom, outside, 10-inch poofs all the way around the oval board. Okay, for the actual accent, as you can see, I've placed these window pane mesh curled up. I've placed that in between our poofs here. And these, I've got a wayward zip tie right there. What's it doing? Oh, that's our ribbon. Okay. So in these, I have chosen to place our orange on the outside holes. Okay. So if you look, here's our orange on the back. Now I didn't use the outside. I used the actual inside poofs. Okay. So going out, orange is what these are. Okay. So we'll have orange here, all right, on every other, okay. So here's how I made the actual orange window pane. So this is a 10 by 10 piece. Hi everybody, I can actually move this over here and see you now. I couldn't for my thing being in the way. Yeah. What dollar store stuff? DST stuff. What DST stuff? Hi, Miss Donna. Okay, so let's start with our orange since that's what we're doing. So what I have here is I have a 15-inch piece of our window pane mesh, okay? And if you cut it at 15 inches, you will have plenty to do 2 projects, okay? And this stuff isn't expensive. I just like, you know, I like this orange color, and I don't want to use an entire roll on one project. I don't know, I'm just like that. So if you cut it, you can cut it at 20 inches if you want to, but 15 inches is perfectly fine for this project, okay? And what you're going to do is I'm going to make my kerfluffle like I always do. Y'all know I love my kerfluffle. Oh, daylight savings time. I was like, DST, dollar store? You know. DST. Okay, got it. Daylight savings time. You're right, because it really is actually, my clock says 7:30. Screwed me all up. Anyway, now I've gone off on a tangent. What was I saying? I was rolling this piece of mesh, right? Okay, 15 inches. Here we go, 10-inch mesh. Just roll it like 1 or 2 times. Keep your edge down here, and I need a clip. Where's my clip? Let's use this one. All right, here we go. Put a clip down here, turn it around, curl side up, roll it a few times this way, maybe 3. 3 is what I do, and then scrunch up the middle. Ta-da! And you have a beautiful little kerfluffle. Okay? Ta-da! I'm sure that you've seen me do that 20 million times because it's one of my favorite petals ever. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it and put it in the board. So as you can see, this is a green, and this green goes on the inside. This orange, however, goes on the outside here where I have this zip tie. See? The outside set. Not the outside, the outside set. So let me throw it in here. We're just going to stick it in here like so. And before we close it down, we are going to manipulate it to where some, well, you can't see. Okay, let me turn it around this way so you can. Before we close the zip tie, what we're going to do is we're going to manipulate it so that there's a little ruffle sticking out, okay? And all you do is take one side or the other, and it twists very easy. See how I have these ruffles right here? Maybe if I lift it up a little bit. See? All you're going to do is twist one side or the other and put it in there, okay? And then you'll have the ruffle coming out, all right? Maybe if I do it. And they'll touch, and they'll make this gorgeous ruffle on the outside. See? All the way around. See what I mean? We'll do it again with the green. Now the green goes on the inside, all right? Because we're alternating, okay? We're going orange, green, orange, green, orange, green. So let's take our zip tie off because I like the way that feathered out, okay? And let's throw a green in. One more time, show you how we do it. Show you how we do it. We're going to take our 15-inch piece of window pane lime green, curl up, okay? And then I'm going to curl it a couple times on this side. 1, 2, just enough, maybe 3, okay? Just enough to give it a curl over here, okay? And we'll clasp it. Turn it around. Same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3, okay? Gives it a good curl out here. Now I'm just going to scrunch it up the middle. Y'all have seen me do this 20 million times. There we go. Ta-da! There's just a perfect little kerfluffle, okay? Here is our project. Let me see if I can do it maybe like this so you can see what I mean. All right, here is our set, right? Let's throw a zip tie in it because it doesn't have one. You want to leave it open, okay? So you see our set here, right? And what you're going to do is you're going to take it, and this one we want to go towards the inside. See how all the green is going toward the inside? So we're going to take it and we're going to sit it down in the zip tie, and we're going to close the zip tie. All right. Zip tie's closed down it. Now you see how this, if you wanted to, you could leave it looking like this, right? Right? and it would be beautiful. Matter of fact, I have done that with the green. But to make it ruffle on the outside, you just pull this part down this way. You just twist it in the zip tie before you close it. And you get a ruffle like this. I'll show you with the orange here in just a second because we didn't do that with the green, so let's put it back up. Straighten out our poofy here. Make our poof pretty. And let's close it. Hey everybody. Hello. I'm a little crazy. I didn't know what DST meant. I was like, what? All right, so now we need another orange one. So here I've already created this orange one. All right, and the orange is going to go in this spot. I guess I better put a zip tie here. Our orange goes in the opposite spot. So here's our down, this one, our down poof went here. So our orange is going to go right next to it in the top set, okay? Maybe. Put our zip tie in there, okay? See? Here's where our orange is going to go, right? And I'm just going to take it. I'm going to sit it down in there. I'm going to close the zip tie. Well, maybe. I might close the zip tie one of these days. Okay. See how it's just closed enough to hold it in there? And then I'm going to take these two and I'm just going to twist them around a little bit. See how I just took it and twisted it? I just pulled it down here like that. And then I'm going to count on these ends of my mesh, because y'all know mesh is sticky. It'll stick to each other. Right? And then there's my outside ruffle. See what I did? See how that works? Super easy. And then you have this gorgeous ruffle going all the way around, right? Now let's close our zip tie. Now you don't have to do it that way. It would look just as pretty if you just left it alone and squished it down in there. You don't have to do it that way. I just like the way that it looks. And let's see if I can show you how it looks on the other side, because it works on the other side. See how the other side has as I'm throwing stuff all around, see how the other side has an orange ruffle kind of around it? That's what we're going for. It'll look better when you can see it, hanging up. You'll get the drift. Oh, well, actually, this side has a perfect orange ruffle. Look at, there we go. See the orange ruffle here? That's what we're going for. This orange, well, as I tear it up, this orange on the outside. Okay? And that's how you do it. You just take two of the things and twist it. Pull them down and let the mesh do the work for you. It'll stick onto the other mesh because we all know it's sticky and it likes to fray. So let it help you. Don't reinvent the wheel. Well, thank you, Miss. Hi, Miss Brown. What are you doing? I hope you feel so much better. I hope you're not sick still. I'm hoping you're over everything and you're feeling good. All right, now is our green, because we're doing orange, green, orange, green, orange, green. So let's stick our little zip tie in here. And again, here's where our orange is going to go, right here. Okay, because this poof is at the top. We're going to put our orange down here. Our green down here. So whatever you've done previously, just do the opposite for our kerfluffles. There's our zip tie in there, all right? Now this one we are just going to stick in there. We're not going to do it any kind of special way because we don't need a ruffle in the middle. It'd be a waste of a pretty kerfluffle because our sugar bunny's going to cover that up. Our peep, all right? So you can make it all pretty. You can make it look like this. And if you'll notice, because this is part of the oval, our poofs are acting up here. So make sure your poofs are good. And at this point, you might want to actually keep this one kind of like that so that it finishes the circle on the outside, okay? We're going to have another orange one right here, but you still kind of want to finish the actual oval and so that you don't have any breaks. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just fast forward. Just be like, okay, she put that one there. All right, good. All right, moving along. Here's our next orange one, and I need a zip tie in there. All right, putting a zip tie, and we're going to put it right here. See how the green was on the bottom? We're going to try not to get our crazy hanging hole in there. We're going to put the orange right here. Okay, so here we go. Sticking a zip tie down in there. Try not to get your hanging rope in there. There's our deal. And I'm screwing up all these ribbon here. Okay. All right. We're going to lay it down in there in the zip tie. And then I'm going to close it, right? Close it just enough to where it's tight. I'm going to pick a side. This side looks really bad. I don't want that one there. And I'm just going to pull it down. All I'm going to do. And then it's going to stick to the other mesh. This I'm going to leave as a curl. Yep. See, it'll all stick together as long as you manipulate it to do so. That one's green, so we're good. I might leave some one somewhere, but that's okay. No worries. All right. Close your zip tie. Or take out your zip tie. And voila, my friends. There we go. There we are. Finished with that part. Now, next step was the ribbon. Now, if you notice, I didn't really have any kind of special way I'm doing them. I'm just really sticking them in there. And I'm sticking them in there right here in the middle where we didn't use a set. I have used our ribbon. And here's our ribbon. Before I move on, how's the selling of Easter going there? It's all good. Right now, I'm not really selling a lot. And I have a really big festival coming up at the end of May. And so I just have my local people that say, Marianne, make me an Easter wreath. And then I'll have my festival coming up at the end of May. So I make a lot of Easter for myself and for my family and for my normal people around here that are local that just say, hey, Marianne, make me stuff. But I don't sell a lot of Easter. Well, I guess I do with my local people, but it's going good. I guess I should have just said, it's going good. Vicki, I was thinking about you the other day and that seahorse sitting in there. So it's coming soon. Coming soon after Easter. I think I'm just going to do it. All right. Anyway, moving along for our ribbon. What we've done is I needed to get some blue in here. And the only reason, because here's our egg. This egg is what inspired me. All right. And I needed to get some blue. I have all the other colors. I've got orange. I've got green. We can bring pink in with flowers, but I didn't want the pink to overwhelm and it going with. Anyway, long story. So we've got orange, we've got green, we've got pink, we've got blue, but I want the blue to be in here more than anything. So I have a 2.5 inch of just this plain old burlap weave, I guess it is what you call it. What would you call it? Yes, the seahorse. Where's my Jesus? She just said, where's my Jesus, people? Oh, gosh. I don't know what to do with you, Vicki. All right, so here's our 2.5 inch ribbon. So y'all see this. That's what we're going to use there. And then I have this. It's just blue. It's pretty sky blue. It's not royal blue. Maybe even, it's almost a teal blue. I like calling it sky blue. It's probably my favorite color of blue. But I got this actually at Sam's in a 50-yard roll. I was so surprised, but it's a burlappy ribbon as well. And we're just going to lay it on top. So here's what we're going to do. Let's see if how many times have I said that? Here's what we're going to do. I want to see I want to show you exactly where in the scheme of things these go. So if we're looking at our sets here, right? We have our green. Can you see this? All right, we have our outer 10-inch poof right here. And then we have our green window pane mesh right here that goes to the inside, and then we're going to put our ribbon. All right. So wherever you have a green, and I'll just royally, here we go. Okay, we can fix that. Da, 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 da. So wherever you have a green piece, you're going to put your ribbon. Okay. So here we go. Got a few pieces. So let's get it done. You know what? Let me put this big old huge thing somewhere else while I do this. I love it, but it does take up a lot of room. All right. Okay. Matter of fact, let's start up here so I have more. Okay. You're going to take your ribbon, and I did it in an X. Okay. Like that. Just like that. You always want your blue to be on top because it's smaller, and you don't want it to take over, and you don't want, it's going to cover, the brown is going to cover it up. So then just find your center, however you like to do that. I like to fold it. Okay, there's my center. Scrunch up the middle. Do I even have a zip tie in here? Is there a little thing here? And let's put our zip tie in. All right, here's a green, and it's our next green in the mix. And we want to put it, okay, here we go. See where, there's my head in the way. See where we have a green here, and then we have our top 10-inch poof? We're going to put our zip tie right in between those two puppies, right here. Okay, so to turn it over and show you, we're in our green. Here's our green. And we put our zip tie here. Okay, so here's our outside 10-inch poof, and here's our inside green window mesh, right? And then we're going to put it right in the middle. We put it right there. Boom. Da 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 da. Oh yes, I did make my eggs, and I showed you exactly how to do it at the beginning. So if you have any problems, when you watch the replay, holler at me and I'll help you. Super easy. Okay, so now that we have the zip tie in there, all we're going to do is we're going to lay our ribbon in there in our crisscross fashion. Make it look pretty. And we're just going to do it like that. Now you can do it this way, you can do it this way, you can do it that way, however you want to, but I just like to lay it like that, make it look pretty, and then close your zip tie. And make everything around it look pretty again. Not the phrase. Not the phrase, people. Okay, make sure your outside's still looking good, and it does. All right, moving along to the next one. I will mess with that one forever if I just don't move along. So here we go. Just making our cross here. Or our, listen at you got me. Oh, V. All right. Miss Jean Ann. What you doing, Mama Jean? All right, there we go. So that found our center. Okay. Scrunching up the middle. I should probably remember to put a zip tie in. So let's find our next green one. Where's our zip tie? Here we go. Here's our next green one. We'll find our zip tie. Here we go. I'll show you again. We put it here because here's our 10-inch poof. Here's our 10-inch green window mesh. Window pane mesh, window mesh for short, and there we go in the middle. Okay, there's that one. So let's throw our ribbon in here. I don't want it to be in. There we go. There we are. And if you didn't get it in the center like me, you can always manipulate it to where nobody would ever know. I'll mess with that in a minute. You can pull them different ways. There we go. Moving on down. We have 2 more to go, looks like. So taking our string there. Yeah, the eggs are super easy, and you can make some gorgeous ones, just depending on where you want to find some fabric. I found some really pretty fabric, Easter fabric at Walmart. I love this fabric. Is absolutely beautiful. It's a pinky baby blue and a little bit of purple. It's just gorgeous. I love it. It was at Walmart in a fat quarter. So anyway, I digress. I'm slowing down here. All right. Gotta grab some more. These here's our next green. And I have a zip tie already in this one. What do you know? Yay! All right. Here we go. Sticking our ribbon down in. And this time I'm going to make sure that it's in the middle so that I don't have any funky tails. All right. Here we go. And it has been a gorgeous day today. I hope I wasn't just totally off camera for that. I didn't realize I had pushed it over so far. All right, let's try one more time. Because it looks like this one's the only one we have left. I cut one too many, which is always good. You know, better to have one too many than one too few, right? We can always put that in the tail of the ribbon. Or the tail of the bow. So here we go, find our center. Scratch it up. You make sure I've got a zip tie in there. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't. What do I have a zip tie in that one? That's funny. All right, stick our zip tie in here. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, I think everybody should go live. Well, it says I have a zip tie in there. Let's just pull it out and do this one. I like this one better. I think everybody should try it. I love doing this with everybody. Sometimes it takes me years, but hey, you know, I love doing this with everybody. It's so addictive once you do it once. As long as it doesn't feel like it becomes an obligation, that's when you should probably reevaluate. I don't want it to it's not becoming an obligation to me yet. I still enjoy it. I still want to do it. I still look at it as a stress relief. You know, making wreaths, going live, it's still fun for me. When it stops becoming fun, that's not a good thing. It means you've got another job. I don't want another job. I've already got one. Amen. Can I get an amen? All right. There we are. Now we're good. Okay. Now, you could stop right here if you wanted to and put this sugar bunny on. Let's put this sugar bunny on. So I got this sugar bunny. I know this is going to shock you all. I'm messing with the thing. I got this baby at the grocery store. Isn't that crazy? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Dre. I'll try. It's just, I just try to think about how I want people to teach me. If I wanted, you know, if I were in the audience, what would I want to know? You know? So everything. I just say everything. Here's our bunny. I got him at the grocery store. Isn't that crazy? At Food Line. I was walking by and it was like, da da da. I was like, what? Yes. So I picked him up. I was like, I want him. And this was last year. And I have just poked some holes in I've taken a little thing. I have pinched it And I have just poked some holes on each side and threaded a pipe cleaner through. Now these pipe cleaners might not be long enough, but I'm hoping so. And as you can see, I got this one way off course. It's driving me bonkers, but I'm gonna leave it because I don't want to put another hole here and it rip. And anyway, long story. So let's too much drama for that. So find our top, which here's our hanging hole. Here's our hanger, right? And let's get this baby in here. All right. Now this is the worst part, okay? The worst part. We'll put stuff out of the way. And I kind of want to put him up a little bit because I have a bow, and I don't want my bow to be so far down that it like droops. You know what I mean? So I'm leaving some space, and I'm putting him up a little further than, you know, normally would. I don't want to put him up too far, but then again, I don't want to put him up. I'm trying to see how far up he is. There we go. And I'll fix those later. I just freaked out about that. All right, let me see if he's straight. He is. Okay, now I am going to turn him over and find his zip ties. Here they are, okay? Let us just try. Oh my gosh, holy moly. They are a little short, but that's okay. I know how to fix it. I'll not be too short. Well, they're too short to, you know, meet together, but they're not too short to wrap around each other. So maybe that's what we do. We'll wrap it around. That way, if I don't like the placement, I can always fix it. Is the worst part of making any wreath. Everybody will tell you that the signs or the attachment or anything like that, that's the worst part. Okay, try and tuck these back in here. And I'm just going to try this from this side, same technique, just throwing them in there. No rhyme or reason to where we're putting them, just putting them where it'll reach. Whoop. Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, an accent just makes you who you are, and it helps you, you know, it helps people get to know that you're a real person and get to know where you're from. And my accent is called, I don't know that it's called so much Southern as redneck hillbilly. Redneck hillbilly. All right, now I'm just going to fix the ribbon here and pull out some of the stuff. It's got stuff down in here, so it doesn't look like we shoved him on there. I mean, we shoved him on there, but we don't want it to look like we shoved him on there. Let me sit in some of this mesh, make it look pretty. There we go. And of course, we can hide some of it with decorations and things, because that is Spray City. But here we go. Now, I hope I got him in the center. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. If we didn't, then I can always fix him later. Pull him up a little bit. Just making sure. I have to fix the phrase. That window pane mesh, it is amazing, but it does fray like crazy. So if you're going to use it on, it's beautiful in flowers as well. So if you're going to use it for flowers or anything that might fray, make sure you wood burn it or seal it. Because the more you touch it, the worse it gets. I'm sure you can tell. I'm going to have to fix that one for sure. I'll probably take that one out. Okay. Now that I've messed and messed and messed, and I'll mess with that up there later on tonight. Here's what it looks like so far from the top. What do you think? Now, we're going to put our ribbon on here. Or our bow, I mean. So I'm thinking that our bow should go right here. What y'all think? Right there? Maybe down a little bit. Let me see the bottom of it. Right there. And then we'll do like eggs. I know y'all can't see all of it, but eggs. Yeah? Back holler. No, yours can never be mixed with Northern Yankee. Northern Yankee. How funny. Okay. So let's put our bow on here. And I'm going to leave it exactly where I got it. And then we'll look at it. Then we'll put some eggs on there. And girls, all you do, I don't really think y'all need to hang out with me while I watch eggs. I've kept you on here for an hour now. But I showed you how to make the eggs. So let's get this bow on here. And then what I'm going to do, well, you know what? Let me shut up and get this bow on here. And then we'll talk about it. And then we'll see what we got going on. So I'm trying to put the bow exactly where I put the ribbon tails, I think. That'll help me. No rhyme or reason, just sticking it in here. Okay, let me give y'all a hint when it comes to putting your bows on your wreaths. When you feel that tension, when you get your bow on here, just like this, and you feel that tension, you feel the deco mesh pushing back on you, stop and twist at that point. All right? So I feel the deco mesh pushing back on me, because I just want it to sit on top of my deco mesh. I don't want it to, be sucked down in there. So when you feel the tension, start twisting your zip tie in the back, okay? Because it's perfect. Let your mesh hold your ribbon, okay? And if you can't move it, if you can't move your bow, then something's wrong and you need to let it loose. Let it a little bit loose, because you should be able to manipulate it in your mesh, okay? All right, so enough preaching. Let me fix my bow here so we can see it, see what it looks like. I'm normally standing over it when I do it, not like right next to it. So forgive me if it looks, I need to go a little, there we go, a little cockeyed. And I will fix these sprays too. And then here we go with the, hey. Oh yes, our Italian New Yorker, Miss Nadia. Can't forget her. We've got all kinds of accents in our group. Well, we've got accents from all over the place, not just even in our group. And as a Southerner, that's why I said, I have a hillbilly accent, hillbilly redneck. Because if you go to Savannah, they have a completely different accent than I do. Theirs is more of a really pretty Southern drawl. See, I can't even do it. And then if you go to Arkansas, they have a completely different Southern accent. Even though it's all Southern, it's just different dialects, I guess. But now me here in the hills of Tennessee, it's definitely redneck hillbilly. There's no grace or it's just flat. I can't get this bow open, this one open here, guys. Hold on. Let's see. I'm not gonna cut it. I just need to get it open so I can. There we go. This checkered one is so pretty, but it is the worst ribbon ever. It's satin, and oh my gosh, it's hard to work with. Phrase like the Deacons. And I can't even see what this is going to look like. I'm just undoing it. Just undoing my ribbon here. Talking to you all about accents. I might have pulled, and as I was talking to you about making your bow look sucked in, I might have pulled this a little bit too far. We'll have to see. I'm going to get it up here. Okay, turning it around. Oh no, I just don't have it. There we go. There goes Stella barking at something again. Okay. Probably should have opened it a little bit before I started, but oh well. Okay. Now, I think I did get it a little too tight, but that's okay. We can let it go in just a second. Okay, now let's let our tails fly a little bit. It's going to be too long. I'm not going to cut it right now. And your orange. I'll mess with it here in just a minute, but y'all get the picture. Y'all know what it's supposed to look like. I can't see it from there. There we go. All right, and as I said, let's see here. I can't see it to judge where I want to put my eggs. So what I'm going to do is, since I showed you how to make them, is I am going to pull y'all up and let y'all go. And that way, I'm going to stand here and finish this and just put some of these doodads in here. And all you really do to put doodads in is you just look at it and figure out where you'd like for it to go. Like, I think I want to put that one right there. I'll fix this here. And then I think I might put some flowers in here. Maybe. I don't know. I think it might take away. I might put a flower here. I might take one of these little pieces and put it here. I don't know. But I'm just going to glue stuff to it. Maybe. But I've kept y'all on here for a while. So I'm going to pull you up and show you what we got. And then we'll review. That's all I'm going to do is just glue stuff in. That's how you add just different stuff. Just start gluing. Start gluing. Don't glue. Audition. Somebody that I know who's very dear to me told me that don't just start gluing. Make sure you audition the piece and put it where it should be first. See if you like it. Make it audition for that spot and then glue it in there. Does that sound familiar, Miss Brown? Miss Andrea Brown? All right, there we go. Now it looks good. So here we go. Now I'm going to quit talking, pull you up, and then we'll throw these eggs on here. Here we go. You're going to see me again. Here we go. Me. What about me? Oh my gosh. Is that good? Let's do a little bit more. This camera, I swear. It's so sneaky. All right. Yay. All right, guys. Here's what we have. Now, I can't see it because it's so big. So, I'm going to have to look at the camera here. All right. So, and my light again. Look. Well, yeah, get my light done. I might have to throw in another adult temper tantrum. But here's what it looks like from back here. Can y'all see it? What do you think? Here's what it looks like from back here. Here's what it looks like from up here. And so I'm going to take... Thanks, everybody. Auditioning is very, very important. That way you don't just stick stuff anywhere. And you don't get the same color stuck. So I'm going to stay right here and work on it. I'm so glad y'all like it. Also, again, if you have any questions about the egg, just holler at me. Just holler at me. Shoot me a message. Now, I had Facebook drama last week, as I'm sure everybody else did, and I don't always get messages. So if you don't hear from me within 48 hours, shoot me another message, and I promise I'll get right back to you. I'm not mean. I say that every time. I like to help people in the community, so just holler at me. I don't care. I do this so that y'all can, y'all can enjoy my designs and make them yourself. So anyway, that's all I have for you this evening. Thank you again for joining me. God bless each and every one of you. We'll see you at the same time, 8 o'clock p.m., Daylight Savings Time, as Carrie Marie says. Or I guess it's Eastern Standard Time. I don't know. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. But anyway, we'll see you for our second installment of Marching On, because 2024 is Made by Marianne. Good night, everybody. Mwah. See you next week. Tonight it was Made by Marianne. Tomorrow it might be made by you. Enjoy.